Right on the money. Thank you, Jonathan.
Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and showcase a couple of things. And the first of them actually is a bit about the momentum infrastructure, because I think that's one of the most agentic parts of the platform, because it's going to be ultimately what we derive value from in everything else. As we know, junk in, junk out. And so with momentum, we actually treat the data as the ultimate product, right? So you're having these customer interactions on calls, emails, and service tickets, and so on. And what we typically see in the marketplace, or what we have in the last couple of years, is sort of a path towards I take these vectors of comms and I run them through an LLM, and then I get my output. And luckily for Momentum, we've been doing this for several years now. And so we actually have what we call a GTM data refinery. So think about for every communication that's coming into our systems, running through a standard process of input normalization, applying RAG, applying custom context, and applying multiple stages of QA validation. Now, what that means is every single conversation that is go-to-market focused is going to be something like each other. So think about many calls are going to have objections, are going to have incoming praise and product, and whatever that looks like in terms of your go-to-market cycle. And what Momentum does is actually, for each conversation piece, pull out these pieces of context and then run them through several different cleaning processes in the back end to make sure that whenever we perform any sort of process, like Jonathan's talking about, whenever we want to flag churn risk or whenever we want to flag product feedback or upsell potential, we're not just saying, hey, here's a transcript. Did someone talk about upsell potential? We're actually looking at the individual data points that's coming out. So this lets us do two things in the context of an agent world. When we consider ourselves a true data platform, that means that we're extracting these insights, transforming them in different layers, and loading them into the right spots. And all of this ultimately lets us get at, like I said, two things in the agent landscape. One is being able to pre-build some of your agents inside the Momentum platform itself. So I'll walk through a couple of those today, but I want to touch high level on the other pattern that we're seeing emerge. When you have the data being the first class citizen, the first class product, you actually have high quality information to train your agents. So everyone that we're talking to in the mid-market and up has someone on a go-to-market engineer or data science teams who all want to be able to leverage high quality go-to-market data. But when they try to import through this process we're talking about before, it's archaic. It becomes very, very difficult to parse through all that information. And so by having the enrichment of the service tickets and having the enrichment of the CRM and having the enrichment of all of these custom data points along the way, ultimately what they're able to do is train their agents.